Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. Remember, no matter who you are valid. This is about the 9,000th time I've had to start recording this. Yay! All sorts of stupid things. So, not important, really minor. And oh boy, this and this, both sides. Yesterday I felt like I'd been punched down in my rotator cuff tendons? I guess that's what it is. If I have stabbing feelings in those areas, I'm in trouble. But it just felt like I'd been punched, so bad, but not bad. So I gotta be careful both sides because I can't not use my arms. And even though I've got my sheet lighting over the curtain lighting, whatever it is, the Christmas lights, they're unplugged because fire risk, because they got broken. But it's windy outside and I got the windows open, and so it's going ticka ticka ticka. So if I look over like that suddenly, it's just because movement and sound. Yay! And oh boy, last night it was just about freezing outside. Just before I went to bed, I opened up the door to let warm air out, cold air in. 2 windows open, fan on, heat off. February 4th? And I only had a sheet on, and I was still almost too warm. So I'm really looking forward to the summer. So I'm going to ask my sister if maybe she and her family would be nice and help me buy like an air conditioning unit of some kind, because oh boy, if it's too hot for me to live in winter, it ain't gonna get better in summer. Anyway though, life is life. So looking down on my list, because oh boy, I have a list, because ADHD, I have written down things like Crimson Kingdom, New Vegas, new chair, and then Glorb. Here's the chair part. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this or if the wheels will cooperate. I've mentioned before that 2 of the 5 wheels on this thing are just locked up, so trying to move is hard. And then the wheels, they stick in place, so I gotta try and move by just pushing the actual wheels that they're moving and scraping across the floor. Oh. Again, it's really weird and I do not understand. There are so many light switches in each apartment. I have a light switch that controls the overhead light. It's a switch. I have a light switch that controls the outside light, because I got an outside light, but why? We have a light post outside of each and every building. It is like daylight in the courtyard at night. So I'm not going to use that light. And then there's a switch that controls the light over the sink, but the bathroom, that's a timer. And it goes in 10, 20, 30, 60-minute increments. I cannot tell you how many times I've had a shower where I've had light all the way through it, but I can tell you that it's fewer than 3 times. Because I trim my hair, I trim my beard, and then I go in and I take a shower. So I hit the 60 minutes on there, and then I get ready and I start doing stuff. And then I forget to reset the timer. And then I go into the shower, and then literally the last time I was showering, I remembered I had forgot to reset it. And I went, this is gonna turn off at any minute. And less than 60 seconds later, click, the lights went off. Why the bathroom light is on a timer, I don't know. If you're sitting on the toilet, you better have hit the 60-minute one, because if you misjudge the time, click, and you're in darkness. Better have left the door open, or you're in total black with no way to get to a light unless you get up, open the door, come to the switch, click it, go back in there. So why it's a timer, I don't know. But I just now set it for another hour. Yay! But the thing that I was going to be talking about here. Oh yes, we do have room inspections, so they're going to be largely checking infrastructure to make sure things work. Pipes aren't leaking, walls aren't separating, stuff like that. But, you know, we got to keep it clean at the same time. So except for the floor and the problems that I'm having with the bloody floor, I'm doing great that way. Everything is working, so that's not an issue. And aside from the floor cracking and just, it's a good floor. I'm glad we have floor, but it's a sheetrock floor, and in the community center where there's a seam, they have putty in there. This floor does not have any putty in it. There's just a seam, and if stuff falls in it, it just goes whoop and vanishes to underneath. So I gotta ask them if that's the way it's supposed to be, because that don't seem right. Yay. But anyway, so I have here, aside from the chair, I'm gonna talk about Glorb. Because online, if you're younger than I am, you like rap, that sort of stuff, you probably already know about Glorb. I've posted about Glorb on Twitter, but I can't remember how or what or why. Oh yeah, it was like Anthony Fantana where somebody was talking about Glorb, where it's very professional looking videos. Very professional sounding videos. I mean, the music part of it is amazing, and the voices are better. And I say voices because it's SpongeBob characters, and the videos are of the SpongeBob characters, except it's rap, and it's the genre of rap where it's street life. And apparently it's pretty accurate street life rap, because I've watched some people who are actual rappers and stuff who are analyzing it, and they are amazed at the references being made, amazed at how good this stuff is, and amazed that it's SpongeBob stuff. But yeah, so if you look up GLORB, cool stuff if you like rap. Now, again, rap not really my genre. But there are definitely artists and songs that I enjoy, and even though they're not really parody songs, but even though they're parody songs because they're Bikini Bottom residents doing diss tracks against each other, but some of them are just surprisingly emotional. And somebody whom I watched an over hour-long video where he just watched them back to back to back to back, but he was a professional rapper. You know, he's an artist. But he was amazed at all that. And at one point he was going, why am I even caring about this? Because at first he was really criticizing and going, oh, I like this, I like this. But after a while he was just talking about, oh, I hope the character does this. And it's like, why am I doing this? And it's like, you get emotionally invested. You can't help it if you're human. It's like the same thing with the whole Skibbity Toilet. I mean, I've watched it from 0 up to 60 some odd straight shots, and I think it's awesome. But you get emotionally invested. You can't help it. You're a human being. You either like something or you don't. And if you do, you will get emotionally invested. And so on the Glorb videos, I have cried at some of them. They are good. There's AI for the voices. Now, people do not know if it's somebody who's actually singing and then running it through one of those AI filters, or if it's just AI voicing, but it's well done. And speaking, of course, on the whole AI front, I mean, there's nothing we can do as consumers to stop it, aside from just, boycotting if you're into that, but most people don't care. But on that front, I like it's machine learning algorithms. It's not artificial intelligence, it's ML. It's just brute force machine language. It's nothing, machine language, machine learning. It's not artificial, intelligent, anything. But the things I like and really want, because I've followed some channels on YouTube where I have unsubscribed from some and keep watching others that have done AI stuff. ML stuff. Call it AI because everyone else does. Those artists that are making videos that try and look realistic, I've unsubscribed. I don't care. I don't want that. If I want to watch something like that, I'll watch a video with actual people. I'll watch a landscape that's there because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make the people look like people. They're trying to make the places look like actual places. And so I don't care. That's not what machine learning and all that should be for. That's not art. Now, the channels that I do follow are the ones that make nightmare fuel, where the images do morph, and instead of that being a bug, that's a feature of the video. That, nightmare fuel videos, nightmare fuel pictures, nightmare fuel audio. Oh my gosh, I love it when people go do that. Those people that shy away from it, boring. But some of the early Glorb videos used AI visualizers, and that, as much as it's taking animation skills away from a person, it would have taken a person, if they could have thought of what was happening there, years to do. And it was nightmare fuel video because walls would get a shadow. And then because all of these algorithms, when they're doing art, visualizations, they are not manipulating anything in a 3D space. It's all on screen. You know, there's no... If you're playing a video game, you've got a 3D space and you have a virtual 3D space with a virtual 3D character that follows 3D rules. They have skeletons inside of them if they are people. And that's how you can do the modeling and the actions. It's a 3D world, but what you're seeing on the screen, yes, is flat pixels. But it's from a manipulation, even if it's a virtual manipulation in a virtual 3D space, but all the ML/AI stuff is just direct manipulation on screen. It's not manipulating anything in a 3D space. That's why you've got the weird morphs and why you've got that uncanny valley stuff. If a character on one of these ML things turns their face and it's one of these cheaper ones, it's all just weird morphing and twisting because it's not a manipulation of a 3D object, it's just squishing of pixels on a flat screen. But I like the nightmare fuel stuff, and I just want to point that out. What else I have on my list is one thing about New Vegas. Because I'm still playing New Vegas, because even though I'm waving my arms in the air like I just don't care, I do. It's hurting from here all the way down to my hand again. So I gotta be careful. But I'm using a controller, and I gotta just hang everything down, and I can play it for hours and hours and hours. I gotta sometimes push my back way back like this, because it feels like there are knives in other parts of my back. So really I do need to check to make sure I don't have something like liver or pancreatic or lung cancers, because that would suck. Or kidneys, anything. That would be bad because I have pains. But I have to frequently arch my back backwards just because my back sucks. These chairs suck. I need to buy a new chair today, so oh boy. Anyway though, New Vegas, still playing a lot of New Vegas, but there are guides, there are ways to do things, there are optimal ways to do stuff. I'm not ignoring the main plot, but I'm not doing it the main plot as the main plot. My character, I consider, she had a bullet in her head. She can't really remember anything of her previous life other than just waking up and this is this and this. So after I did all this stuff and we ended up in New Vegas and the Lucky 38 and talked to Mr. House and I saw what was going on there, I've just ignored the rest of the main plot. There is a helicopter going by. Not because it's like, oh, I want to go adventuring. No, I am role-playing my character, which is why she is acting the way she acts. And I am ignoring the main plot largely because this is a brand new world for her. So she is literally just, I'm going that way to see what's interesting. There's not much left that I haven't seen just organically running around. And there is a perk that just shows you everything on the map. And I have avoided that because my character is running around like a crazy person, and a map doesn't help that. So even if I miss some stuff now, next time, maybe not. But because of that, only now have I finally pissed off Caesar's Legion enough, because I was trying to play it like, not piss off everyone or anybody, and then so that I could be friends with everybody. But you eventually reach a point where you can't do that. And I am not on Caesar's side. I don't think I'll ever, well, maybe I will. Role-playing, maybe I'll do a thing where I am on Caesar's side and do things as Caesar would. So who knows? But for right now, I'm not on Caesar's side. I'm not really, don't really like the Legion. Well, not the Legion. The NCR, but you need some kind of a law, except of course for what I really think myself, which is once again, in the context of this game, the past has hosed the present, and the past is what led to the present of the wasteland. So clinging to the past is clinging to a graveyard, clinging to a mausoleum. It is clinging to something that will actually actively kill you, because the past is why you are here. If you bring it back and follow along in its footsteps, you will do it again. Burn it all down and start fresh and new. The world is a wreck. Don't cling to the past. The past is what caused this wreck. So anyway though, my character pretty soon is going back to New Vegas, gonna start doing the quest there. Benny is still waiting to have his head staved in, so who knows? We'll see what happens. Thumbs up for that. But I am enjoying it quite a bit. I mean, I've done it before, and I was with Veronica, and then I never really got far. I still have that save game where I had Veronica before, and if I ever go back to that, I mean, my character in that one, she's a lunatic. I have to pick up the cannibal perk so I can eat Veronica. So I'm not sure I ever want to go back to that one, which is a stupid thing, because I'm old. And you'll do this when you get old too. If you do something silly, like words, you will do that older to the point that you can't stop it. Veronica, when I'm playing the game, is not Veronica. Her name is pronounced Veronica. I've got a demonic character called Asparagus, which is just asparagus pronounced a different way, and aspirin. Have an aspirin. So, yeah. But on that front, and the last thing, I'm still working on stuff, and I have been thinking about this, so I might as well remind you again, if you've been watching for a while, or if you haven't, and you happen to be one of the very few people that still watches my videos. I struggle to get 100 views anymore. But try to remember this. My setting involves so much. I mean, I'm going to talk about how it's the calendar thing. There's the inside and there's the outside, and then there's the Razor's Edge. And the inside is a completely different universe. The Razor's Edge is too, but it's between the two major ones, which is out where we are. And then there's the inside, which is totally weird. But then the bigger city on the inside, which has a population of about 20 million people, which is, of course, the Crimson Kingdom, headed by the King in Crimson. He's going to be around for quite some time still. In year 0, he declared it was Common Era 0 when they laid the foundations for Red Palace in the Crimson Kingdom. The latest rampage by the kaiju, where it comes down and eats 12,500 people, that is the Night of Terror, Common Era 1148, CE 1148. And that is the year, you know, it's gone from the King in Crimson putting down the foundations to the, I can't suddenly not speak, to the Crimson Kingdom itself, with the eastern, western, northern, and southern boroughs, each of which holds between 4.5 and 5 million people. And then, of course, there's the industry on the outside of the kingdom, and then, of course, there's the center of the inside, which is a really weird place, but also has infinite riches and resources. It's just that, it being the center, as human beings, you can only go there for so long because so many realities so overlapping in such a small place, things overlap and you start seeing things that other people are seeing on other layers, and tasting things from other layers, and smelling things and feeling things, until eventually all of your senses are from other individuals on other layers, and yours you can't interact with anymore. So how do you tell what's up and down? How do you tell if you're going to eat? You can't feel or touch or taste or smell. You're seeing and smelling and touching and tasting what people not even in your reality are feeling. So yay on that. Anyway though, if you are a Patreon patron, thumbs up and thank you. It is greatly appreciated. As you've seen from yesterday, I have started doing recordings of game stuff again, even though I made a massive error in the game and thus have to redo it so that I can actually win. At least I'm trying, so we're getting there, and that's a good thing. Even though this is hurting and my back is killing me sitting in this awful chair. So, yay. But thumbs up, thank you. Even though I don't have names up here yet, I'm going to soon. And when you look in the mirror, you know who you are, and you see someone that is beautiful and awesome. And for people that leave me comments, thank you so much. I am so sorry that I can't even answer as many as I normally do, and I find it difficult to answer many at all just because of my executive dysfunction. This is making it so much worse. I am so sorry. I try and talk about things in comments in videos, but oh boy, ADHD is so much fun. There are days that the day feels like it's 2 minutes long. I could, at my age, because people are kicking off at like Janelle Jacques, who died at 67, you know, my days are pretty numbered. I don't like them lasting only 2 minutes. But then, everybody's days are numbered. If you're 15 years old and watching this, your days are numbered. If you're 30 and watching, your days are numbered. All of our days are numbered. We're all born to die. None of us gets out of this one alive. And hey, I'm gonna just do things, relax. I have to go walkies. I need to up my activity game and decrease my caloric intake game, which I have been working on. So here's hoping it works here soon, because I need to lose weight again, and quickly. Well, not quickly, but I do need to lose weight, so thumbs up on that. Anyway though, hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. I try not to make these last a half hour. If you'd like to see them last this long or longer, or just, it's whatever. I can speak English. In the comments, if you've watched this far, just say post it. I can't get this in mind. There we are. So thank you much. I've just sort of become confused and ADHD written at the end. Ridden, not written. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And now I'm talking more of my normal speaking voice. I ramp up my speaking voice so that people who have difficulty hearing lower tones can hear me. I have been speaking in higher tones or constricting my chest so that my voice gets higher so that people can hear me for over half of my life. I don't even really know what my natural voice is. This is close, but I think it's even naturally deeper. But I don't talk like this because for a lot of people, it's hard to hear when you do that. But when you crank your voice up to a higher register, that's much, much easier for people to hear. So, once again, I'll see you on the flip side.